I keep on saying that Citizen are listening to enthusiasts and adjusting their watches accordingly. And today's watch is proof of that. This is the new ProMaster Land GMT. It's a very affordable watch that is a true traveler's GMT. This watch costs under $500 and you are getting a lot of specs for that money. I have one hands-on, so let's flip the camera and take a look at one of the most affordable traveler GMTs that you can buy, the Citizen ProMaster Land GMT. So this should be in the neighborhood of the most affordable true GMT that you can buy right now. I know there are a lot of new true GMTs on the market because of Miyota and the 9075. This is still pretty cheap even when compared to those watches, and this is Eco Drive, so it is a solar movement. And this does get a true or traveler's GMT. And I'm pretty impressed by that. You unscrew the crown, obviously just like you would with any other watch. This does get 200 meters of water resistance. They call this the Land GMT, even though it gets 200 meters of water resistance. That is also very impressive. You put it into the first position, and it's the local hour hand that skips when you spin for the time. That is really, really impressive, especially considering this is under $500 right now on the Citizen website. This is a Land GMT, so technically I would say maybe an explorer style watch is what I would call this. You get a fixed 24-hour bezel, you get a textured dial. They're making that in a few different colors. The texture is really nice on here. It's like a grainy texture. You get very large indices that are made with Loom, and I believe they are just painted Loom, but they look like slightly raised off of the dial, so it could be stamped that way, but I'm not entirely sure if it's all Loom. But with that being said, the Loom is actually very bright on here. You have very large hands. Those are filled with Loom. And then the GMT hand is also filled with Loom. I don't believe there is Loom on the second hand, but again, we will do a Loom shot towards the end of the video. You do get a screwed-in crown and a screwed-in case back with 200 meters of water resistance, which seems like overkill for a field watch, but it's always welcome to have more water resistance, and that means this watch is really pretty much good for almost anything that you decide to do with it, short of actual diving. So if you need a rotating bezel to time something, you won't have that for this watch, but with 200 meters and a screwed-in crown and a screwed-in case back, you can't go wrong. You get a 3-link bracelet on here. It's a very solid bracelet. You get solid end links and a clasp that is only partially milled. This part, I believe, is pressed, and you only get 3 positions of micro adjust. So if I have to ding something about this watch, I would say that's probably my only gripe. I wish that they put in some sort of on-the-fly micro adjust, even at this price point. I think a lot of brands are doing that now, and it would be really nice if there was some sort of on-the-fly micro adjust. If they use their diver's clasp, so they're one of the only major brands at this price point that offer some sort of on-the-fly micro adjust, and that is a diver extension on some of their diver watches, which I really like. So if they put that on here, that would make this a little bit better. But with that being said, considering the price, it is really well spec'd, and I'll show it to you on my wrist in just a few seconds. Dimensions on this watch, 39.8 millimeters at the case. That's what I measured. 13.3 millimeter thickness. That's including the domed sapphire crystals. You have a sapphire crystal on the front of this watch, and then around a 45 millimeter lug to lug. That's if you wear it on a strap. If you wear it on a bracelet, it wears like a 51 millimeter because you do have male end links. On my wrist today, I have a very interesting watch from the brand Grandeur. This is the lightest watch in the world. It is mechanical and it's made out of completely forged carbon fiber. And because of that, it is extremely light. And that's the reason why it's the lightest mechanical watch currently in the world. And there is the ProMaster Land GMT on my 7.5 inch wrist. This is an Eco Drive watch, so it's powered by light, any light. So if you leave it in your office or you leave it on your desk at home, it will power or gain power from the lights in your home. If you leave it near a windowsill, obviously the sun will charge it a little bit faster than your everyday lamp or light in your home. This is a really good looking watch. Obviously, they've taken inspiration from very popular Explorer style watches, but this is their own design. You can see it's a little bit more, I don't know, organic than maybe, other Explorer style watches that you've seen. So I kind of like it. It's a little bit more rounded. The case is more rounded. That sapphire crystal is more rounded. The bezel is more rounded. Even the bracelet is a little bit more rounded than you normally see from these other watches. There are very sharp lines on them, and this is a little bit more of an organic version of an Explorer style watch. I think it looks great on my 7.5-inch wrist. And again, this is just under 40 millimeters. You have a 13.3 millimeter thickness, including that sapphire crystal, and then around a 45 millimeter lug to lug if you wear it on a strap, and then it's around 51 millimeters on a bracelet. Well, there you go. Loom, extremely bright on this watch. There is a lot of real estate for the Loom because the indices and hands are large, very legible, and obviously you have bright Loom because of it. You don't get Loom on the seconds hand. That's the only complaint that I would have about the Loom. You have very liberally applied Loom to the hands, even the GMT hand. Everything is really, really bright. Overall, I think this is a really good value, especially if you want a traveler's GMT, which is pretty sought after. Most people want a traveler's GMT, and they are giving you this under $500 at $476 currently on the Citizens website. I will put a link to that watch down in the description. Actually, this watch and the other colors that are available. I believe if you get it on a strap, it's even cheaper. That is $476 on this bracelet currently on sale on their website. Definitely check it out if you are interested, if you're in the market for a true and very reliable GMT, because this is a quartz solar powered eco drive movement. So obviously a very reliable movement from Citizen. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next.